to serious business about Jermall. How much weight does he cut during his camps? Like, what's his usual walk around weight?
Jermall walks probably about 175. I would say
Really?
175. So
Are you
yeah. So he's in that 15-pound range.
really?
Got it. So
Yeah.
fit comfortably.
Wow, that's a hell of good for him. That's hella discipline. Wow.
Yeah, he fit comfortably at 168, Coach. Right?
Oh, he's real comfortable at 160. You know, I mean, he really is. You know, the problem he had was at 154. That was the problem. You know, and it's so funny because when we fought Julian Williams, I didn't even want him to take that fight because he couldn't make the weight. I mean, it was just impossible, man. I never thought we'd make the weight. We tried, and I mean, nothing was. He was sitting in a sauna, and not one bead of sweat was coming off him.
Jesus.
We jumped rope, we shot about, we ran up, jumping up and down, did everything, and nothing. We was having nothing coming off, And but the only reason he took the fight is because Julian was talking so much smack. So that's the reason he took the fight. But he said, I don't care if it kills me, I'm gonna make this weight. And he couldn't even do the fight interviews. I had to go do that. And then he finally got a sweat, and it was just enough for him to make 154. But right that night after that fight, I told him that's it, no more.
Yeah, he's still got tons of power at 60. You think the same power will translate to 68 as well?
Oh yeah, I think the transition to 160 is going to be easy for him. Look, let me tell you something, man. This kid, he works hard. When I tell you this kid works hard, he works hard. There's no slack in this kid.
Yeah. How funny is Jermall Charlo?
Or is he funny?
I'm sorry, I caught up in there. How funny is he?
Yeah. Does he have a sense of humor, or is he always in? Yeah, I'll do the follow. Yeah. Is he funny?
No, he has a sense of humor. He
Okay.
does. Yes, indeed. He has a sense of humor. He don't just play a lot in public, but you come to that gym, man, and if you're not, I mean, if he's not doing interviews or something like that, but if you just come to the gym and just come watch him train, you'll see it. You see the humor in him.
Yeah, I always say that. I say every time because I've seen Jermall and Jermall up close, and I always say they cut from a different cloth in terms of their physical attributes. Like it's just insane. I thought that literally, like maybe Jermall could have been like a hurdler or a 400-meter runner. I think Jermall probably could have been a starting free safety in the NFL or something. I think physically they're just different. No, because I play basketball with Jermall. He's not a great basketball player, but I can see the athleticism, like the gait. You know what I mean? The gait and how he catches the ball, and he's just big frame, broad shoulders. It's yeah. I think physically he's just a different breed, for real.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Coach, how involved are you in the fight making process? I know there's you and I know there's Al Heyman, but I don't know if there are any other people involved in that. Does it ultimately come down to who Jermall says he wants to fight? Or, I mean, since he's under the tutelage of Al Heyman, and you, of course, what's that process like?
Well, what it is, Al Heyman called me and asked me what I think about certain fighters. And, I'll take a look at them, then I get back with him, and then he'll tell me, hey, just go over it with Jermall, see what he thinks. And then we'll sit down and we'll watch, and if it's some guy that we already know, then we don't have to sit down and watch, then we know what we have to do already. But basically, yeah, when I present the opponent, I go over it with Jermall, then I get back to him. I say, yeah, and it's, look, in the sport of boxing, you have to really be smart in this sport, especially with up and coming fighters. You can't just take every fight that that somebody present to you because maybe it's style-wise it don't look good or whatever. And up-and-coming fighters, they always seem like they want to prove something. It's not about proving anything. It's about being smart and working your way up to the top to get to that champion. That's where you want to be. And you don't have to take every fight that's presented to you because maybe the style is not what you need or whatever. But once you get to a certain level, then it's no turning back. It's no turning back or no turning down fights. You have to see who's there and if the time is right.
Yeah, understood. How many guys are at the gym training with Jermall right now? Do you guys have a circuit of guys? I mean, even when it's not in camp, like, is there about 10 to 15 guys? Is it just, the same 3 people and over again?
No, not really. Not really. Basically you have to look in the top 15 of the weight division. He's the champion, at WBC. So, anybody from the top 15 is eligible to fight for the world title if it's not a mandatory. So if it's not a mandatory, but let's look at Mark's last fight against Chinko, against Derevyanchenko. He was the #1 contender, but he wasn't a mandatory. So we didn't have to fight him when we fought him, but that's a fight that people, people kept telling Jermall he couldn't meet this guy because Derevyanchenko gave Danny Jacobs a hard fight because he gave Triple G a hard fight. People are telling Jermall he couldn't beat this kid, blah, blah, blah. But, we always try to tell him, look, don't worry about what people say. We just go, we go choose who we feel is right for you at the time. So, but since this guy was the #1 contender, look, we got to fight him anyway. So let's go ahead on. And, we like the style matchup. I did. I really liked it. When Al called me about it, I said, let's do it. I said, I love the style matchup.
Right. I think it was a bit confused, Coach. What about his training partners? I'm saying, is he training with the same guys over and over again, or?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Guys that you work with?
No, I try to get guys that has a similar style to the guy we're fighting. If a guy has a similar style, we hardly ever use the same guy for different fights. That's not, unless I feel a guy's going to push them all where I want him to be pushed, then I may bring him back in.
Can I ask? Jermall went live about a week ago, and he said something that kind of threw me in a loop. He says, "I'm going," and I'm sure if you heard this, he says, "I'm gonna go down to go train with Derek James for a fight." Did you hear that?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Okay.